Most people know Ed Sheeran for his hit songs, but did you know he owns a watch collection worth millions? You're about to discover 10 insane facts about Ed's timepiece obsession that will make your head spin. So let's get started. Kicking off our countdown is the $260 MoonSwatch. Ed Sheeran sang about building a Lego house, but who would expect him to wear a $260 plastic watch? That's exactly what he did with the MoonSwatch Mission to the Moon. This is a bioplastic tribute to the famous Omega Speedmaster. It's surprising because Ed is usually seen wearing luxury brands like Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet, not playful swatches. When the MoonSwatch launched, it caused a global frenzy. There were long queues, instant sellouts, and collectors camping out to get one. Ed chose one of the coolest versions, with a design similar to the original Moonwatch. It's basically a Speedmaster made of plastic, yet even serious watch fans love it. Seeing Ed with this affordable piece is like spotting Gordon Ramsay enjoying instant noodles. And if you think that's surprising, wait until you hear about the watch he designed himself. Coming up next at number 2 is Ed's own G-Shock collab. It's no surprise that Ed Sheeran is not just a watch collector, but he's also a watch designer. In October 2023, he teamed up with Casio G-Shock and Hodinkee to release a limited edition G-Shock DW6900 Subtract, inspired by his album of the same name. This bright yellow $185 watch features the album's cover art, complete with a hand-drawn subtraction symbol at 12 o'clock. If you look closely, you'll even spot an abstract sketch of Ed's face on the dial. The Shape of You star was seen wearing it on tour, sparking fan theories that it was a secret tour-only release. In reality, Ed was teasing the watch on Instagram before it officially launched. True to G-Shock's reputation, the watch was built to last, much like Ed's grip on the music charts. The collaboration perfectly blends his love for music and watches. Even fans didn't hesitate, and it sold out instantly. The demand was so high that the websites almost crashed. But if you think this G-Shock was impressive, wait until you see the next one. Rolex Rainbow Daytona. You know Ed's song Perfect? Well, his Rolex Daytona Rainbow is the perfect showstopper. This isn't your grandpa's Rolex, rather it's a white gold Daytona, reference 116599 RBOW, set with 36 baguette cut sapphires forming an actual rainbow on the bezel. Each hour marker sparkles with a colourful sapphire or diamond, and the lugs and crown are covered in 56 diamonds. It's the kind of watch that says I've made it without a single word. Ed joins fellow watch enthusiast John Mayer in owning this rare gem. Rolex introduced the Rainbow Daytona in yellow and white gold in 2012, but only a handful of white gold versions exist. Today, it's valued at $300,000 if you can even find one. With its explosion of gemstones shining like a festival light show, this Daytona is pure rock-style style on Ed's wrist. But his Rolex story doesn't end with modern flash. He also owns a vintage legend with serious history and a record-breaking price tag. Sliding into number 4 is Rolex Daytona Paul Newman. Ed Sheeran snatched up the Rolex Daytona 6239 Paul Newman. This is one of the most legendary vintage Rolexes ever. It's named after actor Paul Newman, who famously wore one and turned it into a grail. Ed's version has the classic black dial with white subdials and the red Daytona text at 6 o'clock. How special is it? Well, another example of Newman's Daytona, actually the one Paul Newman wore, was sold for $17.8 million at auction, setting a world record. While Ed's piece isn't that one, it's still valued at around $300,000 today. For a watch made of 6D steel and plexiglass, that's impressive. But our journey doesn't end in Switzerland. Now we swing over to some superhero action on Ed's wrist. At number 5 is the Audemars Piguet Spider-Man. Ed Sheeran literally had Spider-Man up his sleeve, or on his wrist to be exact. In September 2023, Ed and his friend John Mayer performed at a charity concert, both wearing Audemars Piguet's Royal Oak Spider-Man watches. This timepiece has a tiny 3D Spider-Man figure in white gold, mid-web sling, inside a 42mm case. Audemars Piguet revealed that crafting each Spider-Man figure took over 50 hours of work. Beyond the artistry, the watch also packs some cool features like glow-in-the the dark hands and hour markers for visibility at night. Only 250 of these Marvel-inspired watches were made, following AP's earlier Black Panther edition, and each sold for around $215,000. Ed having one of these watches shows he's tuned into both pop culture and fine watchmaking. Let's just say the Spider-Man AP captures his playful side. After all, why just sing about heroes when you can wear one? And if you think a superhero watch is impressive, wait until you see his next piece forged from materials fit for a fantasy epic. On the flip side, if you find Ed's watch collection fascinating, please like and subscribe. We've got more exclusive timepieces coming up that you'll definitely want to see. Now, taking our number 6 spot is the Richard Mille RM2602 Evil Eye. Ed Sheeran is known for his romantic songs, but his watch collection has a surprisingly dark side. He owns the Richard Mille RM2602 Tourbillon Evil Eye. This watch cost over $600,000 and has a hand-painted Eye of Sauron staring from the dial, complete with flames. Inspired by the Lord of the Rings, this piece makes Ed's collection feel like a true fellowship of luxury watches. Only 25 of these Evil Eye watches exist worldwide, making it as rare as a perfect movie trilogy. It doesn't just tell time, but stares right back at you. The fiery eye is made with enamel and surrounded by 18K gold flames, creating a tiny work of art powered by a complex tourbillon movement. For Ed, it might be a nod to the fantasy worlds he loves, or just a cool way to keep track of time on stage. Either way, this watch proves Ed's collection is anything but ordinary. And coming up next, a watch tough enough to survive a rock concert meltdown. Richard Mille RM2703. Now, during his 2021 performance at 102.7 Kiss FM's Jingle Ball, Ed Sheeran rocked a seriously cool watch. It was the Richard Mille RM2703, made especially for tennis legend Rafael Nadal. The RM2703 is a technical marvel, made of high-tech carbon fiber and engineered for extreme durability. This sporty piece pops with bright orange, yellow and red colors, inspired by the famous clay courts at Roland Garros. But it's not just about looks. The watch has a super advanced tourbillon movement and can handle shocks up to 10,000 G. More like it was basically built to survive even the wildest moments. With a price tag of over $720,000 and only 50 made worldwide, it's one of the rarest and most impressive watches out there. Ed even shares it with a Qatari prince. Now next up, we'll see an elegant watch that made auction history. Patek Philippe Nautilus Tiffany Blue. When Ed performed at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction in November 2022, eagle-eyed fans noticed a bright robin's egg blue dial on his wrist. It was none other than the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711 Tiffany, one of the most hyped luxury watches ever. This baby blue beauty was made in only 170 pieces through a Tiffany & Co. collaboration. Even one sold at auction for $6.5 million in 2021. In fact, cheaper auction examples fetched over $3 million. Meanwhile, it took about a year after release for Ed to finally get his hands on one. But he did get it, proving his VIP status in the watch world. This Nautilus has a Tiffany blue dial that practically sings on its own. It's the most expensive watch in Ed's collection by far, and a trophy only a select few in the world can claim. Wearing it, Ed joins an elite club of owners. Rumor has it Jay-Z and LeBron have one too. Now, how do you top a $3 million Tiffany Patek? Well, with a one-of-a-kind watch literally made for Ed himself. Coming in strongly at number 9 is the AP Royal Oak. Now, being a global superstar has its perks, like having Audemars Piguet make a unique Royal Oak just for you. Ed's pride and joy might be the Royal Oak, the Mathematics Tour piece unique, a white ceramic marvel custom made by AP for his tour. Every detail on this watch is deeply personal. The hands on the dial are each a different color, representing Ed's 6 studio albums. The automatic rotor, visible through the back, is customized with Ed's beloved mathematical symbols from those album titles, and even the numbers on the dial marks the birthdays of Ed's daughters. Interestingly, AP made it in slick white ceramic, so Ed could wear it night after night on his Mathematics World Tour without scratching it up. So how much does this watch cost? Well, only AP and Ed know, as it's price on request. This is actually the second custom AP they've built for Ed, showing how deep his relationship with the brand goes. The Mathematics Tour watch is the perfect pair of artistry and storytelling, much like Ed's music. Now, for our final fact, let's zoom out and take in the sheer scale of Ed's watch obsession. Finally, we'll look at a collection rivaling the greats. Ed Sheeran's watch collection is a carefully curated passion project that's placed him among the top celebrity watch collectors in the world. How top tier is it? He's right up there with John Mayer's and Mark Wahlberg's collections. In fact, watch experts compare Ed's diverse lineup to those of Mark Wahlberg, Drake, and fellow collectors see him as one of their own. More than the price tags, Ed's watches tell stories about his life and journey. He once wore a simple toy watch on his early tours and said he'll trade all his luxury watches just to keep that $50 sentimental piece. This means that each watch holds meaning, just like his song lyrics. Though Ed's everyday style is casual with hoodies and jeans, his wrist game is something else. He genuinely loves watches and isn't just collecting for show. He's written articles for watch magazines and hangs out with watchmakers. This down-to-earth star has built a collection that mixes humble pieces with high-end gems and fun with function. Let's just say, Ed Sheeran has earned his place as a true legend in the watch world. Now before you go, we've got another banger for you. Trust us, if you thought Ed's mix of bad habits and heartfelt treasures was entertaining, Iman Gadzhi's watch collection is the perfect encore. So go ahead and click through, your inner watch geek will thank you.